poverty and the need for government feeding programs. Now, the both of you, as part of your research and advocacy with the Right to Food campaign, have worked with the government as members of commissions and committees. What are some of the major bottlenecks that are holding us back from fully realizing the right to food, especially that of young children and their mothers?
Under the National Food Security Act, you're also supposed to have a district grievance redress officer appointed. What the governments have done is they have given it as an additional charge to existing officers. So somewhere the district collector will also be DGRO, somewhere it will be the SDM, elsewhere there are also states like Gujarat, the food officer, the food supply officer is the grievance redress officer, which really doesn't make sense because my complaint is against the food supply officer, right? He's the one who's not doing his job. So there is a conflict of interest there.
Essentially at the heart of it is something that I referred to earlier, which is the lack of priority to women and children, or the invisibility that women have in this country and across the globe, really, in terms of the discrimination against women, their various roles of being mothers, workers, essentially, especially poor women. I mean, we believe that all poor women are workers. And there is a very poor recognition of women's various roles. We need much more social support. The recognition that childcare is a societal job that women carry upon their shoulders, and they do it with joy and pleasure. It's their own children. But it's something that society needs to invest in. And investment is not just in words. It's going to need money. Women and Child Development Ministry is one of the ministries that has the lowest kind of priority in government. It's not given the same importance as maybe the Home Ministry or Defense, surely. And it's certainly not given the same kind of financial allocations. So there is a great bottleneck, and this bottleneck then creates apathy down the line. So all the officers who are engaged, feel this is not greatly important to the country. Policymakers have never given it that, that kind of weightage.
Because across the world, the principle that has been followed is that schools are the last to close and the first to open. Ours, they were the first to close and the last to open. Of course, there are COVID concerns, but you have to actively think about it all the time, especially in our kind of situation.
And I would recommend that everybody who's working on the ground, and they understand this, they realize it, they recognize it, should start to pressurize now governments to think about opening with care. We are careful with our children's health, but I think that the damage to their health and nutrition is probably far more severe than the damage that we expect from COVID-19.